Hi all, Hipper here. Today I am taking out the Amalfi, and it's actually one of my first battles where I've switched one of my inspirations for the Azure Lane Baltimore. But unfortunately, this battle here isn't very agile, so I'll have to find a better one for you to see how it actually affects the ship in more detail. But anyway, let's get on to this battle here. Now, if Belfast and Edinburgh are the born B cap capture cruisers, then Amalfi is the born A and C cap cruiser. Because, and I've said that many times, that rolling smoke, it just lets you get right in there and do your thing and not really having to worry a lot about the repercussions from the enemy team. So if you see here, I'm starting in a perfect spot here, so I'm deciding I'll go for A, and I am just going to go for it. I'm going to get up to my 43 knots, and I'll see how far I can get before I get spotted. Now, once I get spotted, my plan is to use my agile build to avoid as many incoming salvos as I can, because I want to save my rolling smoke so I can get around the corner into the A cap and not get citadeled, because I have to show broadside then. So that's why I'll try to hide as much as I can, and then I'll be agile as much as I can, and then plan C is to use the rolling smoke to get into the cap. So I hope that makes sense, but that's the plan. So around this corner here is usually when you'll get spotted, and yeah, there we are. But I'm not worried yet. There's 6 people targeting me now, and that's okay, because most of them don't have a clear shot. But of course some of them will have, so we have to keep 7 people now. So we just have to keep an eye on the horizon and see where the salvos are coming from, and then point the nose in that direction so we don't take any citadels. And that's pretty much the plan here. So now I'm close enough to A that I can smoke up, which I did. And I get some lucky hits there. But so now I'm showing my broadside, and I'm able to get into the cap unchallenged completely. And this is like, I don't think it can be done any quicker than this. At least by a cruiser. Maybe a destroyer can do it a little bit faster if you have one of the French ones, or Tashkent, but it's a matter of seconds. So that's it. We have now taken A, and it'll be at least another minute before anyone else gets in here. So I'm pretty much certain I'll be able to cap this and well, take this cap for my team very, very early on in the battle, and very easily. So now I just have to cap in here, and then I will see how the battle progresses outside the crater before I will determine how I'm going to get out again. Because getting out is always a problem. You could go out on the far side of A, but that takes you out of the battle for so long that it's not really feasible. And see, that those are my torps actually. I mean, I fired them ages ago, and they're still on their way. So anyway, I usually try to head out through this opening here, but to do that I need, at least in Amalfi, I need to have another smoke ready. So I'll have to wait for the reload in here, and then just do the best I can from in here, and that means just keeping the enemy on the C side of this map. I don't want them to break through here, because we are again on Sleeping Giant, as we always are. So it's my job to guard A and make sure nobody starts to cap B. So this part here is honestly a little bit boring, and that's why I never play the setup that allows you to hide behind islands and shoot over islands while you are unspotted. I've said that a few times now, but I think it's really boring. So I can live with having to do it for a few minutes in a match, but a whole match, that's too much. Because like I said, I'm just waiting for my smoke to come back, and then I'll get out of here and move on to bigger and better things. And this red team here, there's really no rush for me to get out because they are all just super determined that they want cap C for some reason. Nobody's going for B, and absolutely nobody is going for A, where I am. So really there's no point in me pushing or taking any risks right now, because the enemy team is doing exactly what I want them to do. They're just sitting there and they're wasting their own time. So I have no problem with that, so I'm just going to let them do that until they eventually figure out themselves that, hey, this is probably not the best way to win this battle. But I'm certainly not going to force that realization upon them. There's a very nice broadside there, and my AT was almost loaded, so I decided to let it load and then switch back to APE here. And this is where I would love to be in Martel instead, because I would have been reloaded by now, and I would have been able to Citadel that Azuma there. But the long reload here in the Italians and in Atago as well, it just prevents you from taking advantage of situations like that, unfortunately. This is probably one of the bigger downsides for those ships. And that is also why Charles Martel is such a powerful ship. I hesitate to call any cruiser the best cruiser, but Charles Martel is definitely, if not the best, one of the absolute best at tier 7. So now my rolling smoke has finally recharged, and I'm just taking a naughty shot at that Alaska there, and then I'm going to head out, see if I can't get up to a little bit more fun stuff to do than to sit in there and stare into the mountains. That's too boring. So we got a whole team of island hidey-hody people here, and none of them are actually out in the open. Even the Alaska over there is hiding behind a mountain. And yeah, that's, like I said before, that's fine with me. That means there's no resistance at all. And we are way ahead on points now. So I'm going to be a little bit more aggressive now that the victory is pretty much certain. I know there's 8 minutes left, but my team doesn't seem to be a YOLO team at all. So I'm pretty sure they're going to keep playing sensibly. And then I can do a little bit of stuff that's not so sensible, I guess. Gives me a bit of freedom. So yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get a little bit more damage and just create a little bit more havoc here and be a little bit more annoying. Push the guys a little bit more back. Whatever is the goal. And this Alaska over here is piquing my interest now, because he is well, he's by himself and he's cut off from the main force. So see if we can't flush him out, and then when that's done, we are absolutely certain we're going to win, because the whole enemy team will be sitting on the seaside of the map. Sorry. So before I go and see my Alaska, I'm just going to line up a shot on this lightning here that's running away, and it's just a perfect hit there, away with him, and the enemy team is down to no destroyers. So I will take on this Alaska here now, and I'm conscious of that Yamato there just lurking around the corner, so I have to be a little bit careful here. That's the problem with playing the island game, is if you have no one to spot for you, you are pretty much useless. So now I just saw that Alaska there for a second, and I'm just shooting some preemptive torps in case he decides to, squirm along the cliff like a worm when he comes around the corner. Then he'll get a nasty surprise. Unfortunately, he doesn't do that, but sometimes people do that, so it's always good to take precautions. See if we can get a fire on this Yamato here. So there's the Alaska, and he was a little bit early shooting there, and I didn't notice that he was that close. So I fired my smoke, and I really didn't have to, because I'm gonna be spotted no matter. But I wasn't paying attention to the distance there, but it doesn't really matter. So he is almost out. And unfortunately someone else gets the kill, but such is that. Anyway, someone else took 2/3 of his health anyway, so it wasn't really my kill anyway. So now we pretty much got these guys surrounded. There's only 2 of them left anyway, and we have all 3 caps, and there's really no rush to do anything. We can just wait for the timer to run out, so I'm not really going to take any chances here. I'm just going to be annoying and set a few fires and see if I can't up my damage a little bit more, but at the same time not take any crazy chances or anything like that. Now Kurfürst is always a good one to hit with HE. I always seem to get good fires on that thing, especially with Amalfi. So unfortunately I don't get to see my shells land there, but that's the battle here, and there was a sneaky Amalfi just taking the cap right from the beginning of the match. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you out there.